Okay, aims and objectives for lesson 1. Hoping to cover them using a bit of a video. This is 2.68a. This is the splash screen you see when you first open Blender. To get rid of it, you just click on it and you'll see a cube in the viewport. This big area here is called the viewport. Now to save a project, you go up to the top left of the screen and do save as, and you'll get options to save things there. Right, controlling the viewport. If you've got the Mac set up correctly in the Mac preferences, if you press the center scroll wheel, you should orbit your object. The selected object has got an orange border around it to make it identifiable. If you scroll in with the mouse wheel, you'll get closer to the thing, then you can press and rotate it again, or you can scroll out. Now we're viewing the cube in what's called user perspective. Now using the numeric keypad, you can select predetermined views. If you press number 1, you'll get the front perspective view. If you press number 3, you'll get the right perspective view, and if you press 7, you'll get the top view. Pressing 5 switches between perspective mode being on or orthographic off. Depending on what you're working on, alternate between the two to get a better, clearer view of what you're actually making. So that's 1 for front, 3 for right, 7 for top, 5 to turn between top perspective and orthographic top view, and scroll wheel to zoom in and out, pressing the scroll wheel to revolve. Right, moving the cube around in 3D space, we've got these 3 little arrows. If you left click on the red arrow and hold it, you'll be able to drag the cube left and right. The blue one, if we click on it and hold it, will move us up and down, and the green one will move us forwards and backwards. Now, moving in 3D space, we've got to move things on the X, Y and Z axis. In the corner of the viewport, there's a little icon which indicates to you which way around you're facing. If I want to move this along the y-axis, I can tell it's the y-axis because I can see the little line there, dragging it forwards and backwards, or along the x-axis, or along the z-axis. Now to recenter your cube in the middle of the screen, if you've got horribly confused and lost, if you press the delete decimal point button on the numeric pad down beside the 0, it will center your object. So I'll drag this over here out of the way and then press the decimal point button. It recenters us again, which stops you getting horribly lost. Right, currently this cube is in what we call object mode, which is highlighted down here in this bar. If we want to edit the properties of this cube, we need to change it into edit mode. So I click on this window and all these things pop up and select edit mode. Now we can see we've got the whole cube highlighted. Pressing A deselects everything. Pressing A again for all reselects everything. If you want to click on a specific vertex, we've got vertex select, edge select and face select down here. If I right click with my cursor over a vertex, it will highlight it, and I can right click, right click, right click. I can also hold down shift and select more than one vertex at a time. And once I've selected all four, we've got a face selected. As well, we've got edge select mode, which will let us select edges in the same way. Again, shift with the edges will let us select more than one edge. And goes without saying, we've got face select, which does the same trick. Right. Now, at times, we need to be a bit more exacting with our dimensions. To do that, we need to open the Transform Properties panel, which is less scary than it sounds, and is accessed by pressing N, which pops this bar up here. These bars have got little scrollers up the side. If you click and drag, you can move those. These will allow us to just popped it back into object mode to position the cube exactly along the X, Y and Z. So if I wanted to recenter that, just click on it and put a 0 in. 0 in there and a 0 in there. And now our cube is directly back in the center, which I got to by pressing the decimal point button. We've also got rotation and scale and dimensions, which can all be altered from this window. And again, it's N to open and shut it. We've also got the object tool panel at the left hand side, which the meaning of all this stuff inside here will make a lot more sense eventually. And to access that, if it's not open, we press T. So it's T for objects and N for transform properties. I tend to leave them both on just to simplify things. Right, that'll do it for the first tutorial.